Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about Africans' agricultural weakness. Why our agricultural sector is so weak. Why? What is happening? Africa is the second largest continent in the whole world, but we are also the largest importers of agricultural products. What nonsense this? If you say that you are powerful, you need to eat the same thing you are cultivating. You cannot say that you are powerful at the same time you are going outside to beg people to eat, begging food to eat. What nonsense this? We need to do something. In this video, you will understand 100% why our agricultural sector has been neglected for the past 100 years. Before we start, if you see Africa today, a lot of students, a lot of youth, if we ask them, do you want to do agriculture? He will tell you, never, I cannot do agriculture. Why? Because in their mind, they are saying that agriculture it is for poor people. If you are poor, you can do agriculture. I cannot do agriculture because you will not get anything from that. It is poor people who are doing this. Why? Because they have been seeing their parents doing the same thing for 50 years, 100 years, but those people, they are still living in poverty. They will even tell you, if you want to live in poverty, do agriculture. But go to Europe, go to America, you will see people studying agriculture. They have teachers, they have professors who are teaching lessons at the university. But in Africa, we don't want to do agriculture, but we want to import everything in Africa. So what will happen? Poverty, food insecurity, a lot of things. So we have two roots of Africans' agricultural weakness: historical root and contemporary root. In this video, we are just going to talk about historical root. Next video, we'll talk about contemporary root. Before colonization, Africa had its own crops such as rice, yam, sorghum, also certain crops like this. But when white people came to Africa, they changed everything. What happened first? Agricultural policy, colonial agricultural policy. They forced our people to cultivate cocoa. They forced our people to cultivate coffee. They forced our people to cultivate a lot of certain crops. You see, in our motherland, we were not cultivating those crops in Africa, but they forced our people to do. If you don't do something, they were used to killing them. Yeah, in Africa they were doing this. If you refuse to cooperate, if you refuse to do the same thing they want you to do, they will kill you. They messed everything up in Africa. You see, because of colonization, they were even promoting cocoa. The same thing is also happening in Africa. If you go to Cote d'Ivoire, if you go to Ghana, if you go to Nigeria, if you go to Cameroon, it's the same thing. Are you going to eat chocolate in your country? Not possible. You cannot eat chocolate. Chocolate is not in your culture, you know. Now we have factory in Africa. We are making chocolate, but we are not eating it. People are not eating chocolate. What nonsense is this? Because it is not in our culture. We will not eat chocolate. People who are eating chocolate, they are not even many. Maybe 2-3% in the population, they are eating chocolate. You see, they will also bring to Europe. But we are importing rice. Can you tell me that rice is more difficult to cultivate than cocoa? Not possible. Cocoa is more difficult to cultivate because it's like monoculture. You see, monoculture, it's not also good for our land in Africa. Before, we were not doing monoculture in Africa, but because of colonization, we started doing this. It messed up everything in Africa. Also, when they came, they disrupted our land. They took our land. They took everything. Yeah, people who were doing agriculture in the village, they chased them away. You see, in our land, they chased them. If you go to other countries in Africa now, you just say that maybe 7% or 9% are using the land. How come? Only 7% of the people. If you go to South Africa, you will see. If you go to other countries, you will see it in East Africa. The same thing is happening. Namibia, the same thing is happening there. What nonsense is this? It is because of that our agricultural sector is so weak. People want to invest in the agricultural sector, but they don't have land. If you don't have land, how can you invest? Not possible. You cannot invest because you don't have land. Also, when they came, they did this thing. Transatlantic slave. They depopulated our country, our continent. They were taking youth, they were taking young people to America. See, those people, they went with their skills, they went with their knowledge, they went with the technology, leaving behind them poverty, leaving behind them their family. You see what happened? Those people, they were leaving from the village to go to the big city to live because Europeans took their families, Europeans took their fathers, their mothers to send them to America. All those things affected our agricultural system in Africa. Also civil war. When they came to Africa, we fought. We were fighting against them, but we did our best. But after that, they won it. They won. They killed a lot of people. If you go to certain countries in Africa, you will see they killed a lot of people in Africa. Those people went with their knowledge, went with their skills, you see. Also, on the investment in agricultural research and technology, when they came to Africa, they were doing everything for their own business. When they came to Africa, they did the same thing. They built road, they built hospital, they built port, but it was just profitable for them because they were using road right way to bring their raw material to Europe. You see, something happened. Leaving those people in the village, in the agricultural region, in poverty. Because of that also, Africa has been suffering because we don't have laboratory to make our experiments. We don't have laboratory to work there. You see, we don't have, because of that, we are suffering in Africa. It is because of colonization. People are still thinking like this. People are still thinking, no, agriculture, it is nothing. If you are going to do agriculture, you will be poor. People who are doing agriculture in Africa, they are not educated. A lot of them, they are not educated. If you will see some of them, they don't have knowledge in agriculture. It is those people who are doing agriculture. Also, they are doing like before, like 50 years ago. Agriculture is like a business. If you want to do agriculture today, you need to train yourself. You need to get certain knowledge before starting your business in Africa. Not possible. If you don't do that, you don't get anything. Because things have changed. Yeah, because now we are using new technology in agriculture. You will see someone in Africa who has been doing the same thing for the past 100 years. What nonsense is this? Because of colonization. We need to do something, because if we don't do something now, in 2050, our population will be more than 2 billions. How are you going to feed 2 billion people? It's not possible. It is right now. Because if you see Africa now, we have Arab land. We have 65% of Arab land in Africa, but we are not using it. We are importing everything. What nonsense is this? We are importing apple. People are saying, no, apple cannot grow up in Africa. Are you a professor? Have you gone to school before? People are talking rubbish. No, we cannot grow up this kind of fruit in Africa. Not possible. It will not grow. What nonsense is this? Because of knowledge. We don't have knowledge of that. We are not going to school to learn agriculture, but we are importing everything. Simple orange, apple, we are bringing it. We are going to bring it from other countries. What nonsense is this? We can do it in Africa. If we accept to study, we can do everything. Because we need to be powerful also. If you are not powerful, people will use you. Because you will be useless for them. They will use you. So we need to do something. In this channel, we are just talking about agriculture. I know that it is important for our continent. That is the reason I created this channel. I'm also a student. I'm doing agriculture in Turkey. So don't forget to subscribe, because it will so help me to do also a lot of videos. Let's grow up together. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you.